What is going on, guys, and welcome to something a little bit different on my channel. I don't normally do this type of thing, but I thought because of the fact it's back with a big bang, I thought I would do it. As you can see by the title, I am doing a TV series review video right now. So if you didn't know, I am a huge Walking Dead fan. I absolutely love it. I've been watching it ever since season 1, and now we're in season 7. And the premiere was on Sunday night. It is currently Monday night. It's like just turned Tuesday, actually. It's midnight. And it was intense. I watched it like not long ago because of it, like obviously showing in the UK at a different time on the next day, on the Monday instead. But that 24 hours of waiting to see the episode, knowing that people across the world have seen it already, and then me seeing it was the most intense thing ever. And I'm going to start off with the most anticipated part of the episode. Who did Negan kill? Before I get into it, I will point out now, spoiler alert. So if you don't want to know who died, if you haven't seen the episode, go and watch it and then come back to the video, because I will be spoiling a lot of things in the episode. I'm going to say right now, I'm not saying it because I know now, I called it. I knew from the start what was going to happen, because it was just kind of obvious in a sense. Abraham was picked as the first victim. Now, I wasn't hugely surprised because of the fact that he was the only one in the lineup that stood up to Negan. You know, when he would put the bat to his face, he kind of leant up and went, you know, screw you. And then when he got hit in the head first, oh my god, that was graphic as hell, by the way. His last remarks was typical Abraham, suck my nuts. I was like, dude, you are fucking insane right now. I said I wasn't going to swear in my videos anymore, but I've got to in this video because I'm so pumped up after that episode. Suck my nuts. And then Negan went to town, you know, hit him probably about 8 times in the head. And then the gore of it, like they actually showed the, you know, the blood, and it was really, really good to see, because I had a feeling they were going to be like, we can't show that sort of gore, you know, but this is Negan. This is the guy who doesn't give a damn. He's gonna do that sort of thing, and he's gonna hit them in the head. He's gonna crush them, and he did. And my god, they showed it, and I was like, oh my god. So Abraham's been picked, and I know at every point across the world, everyone at that point was like, thank god it's not Glenn. I was like, I wouldn't put all your, eggs in that basket, because I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a second victim here. And it turned out to be correct, because straight after killing Abraham, Negan starts showing the bat to Rosita. Now, if you haven't been watching it, you obviously know that Abraham and Rosita are kind of a thing. They have been ever since they came onto the show, and now Abraham's gone on to Sasha, kind of. And so Negan is kind of mocking Rosita, showing the bat, saying, take a damn look at this bat. This is what's become of one of the strongest guys in the lineup. Daryl couldn't take that. He stood next to Rosita, well, sat next to Rosita. He gets up and just punches Negan in the face, and I was like, Daryl, you've just killed someone. I was like, I love Daryl, but my god, dude, take a chill pill. Just take it and move on. You'll have your chance, because Negan's going to be killed eventually, unless they follow the comics. Which, if you haven't seen the comics, go and read them, because they are pretty good. So Daryl gets up, punches Negan in the face. Negan's like, I will not stand for that shit. I told you at the end, in the other, like the season 6 episode, 6 months ago, that you will not stand for that sort of thing. So when Glenn got up to, because he pointed at Maggie, he said, I will shut that down, no exceptions. And he followed through with that. Daryl got up, and then Negan was like, nope, go teach you a lesson for that. I told you no exceptions. And he went, and all he said was, so back to it. And then bang, Glenn got whacked. He got whacked twice, and he got up, and my god, they recreated the comic to a T, even the eyeball. And I was like, that is insane. And then every single person's heart was like, oh my god, it's Glenn. Oh my god, he's dead. I'm really sad that Glenn is gone. I love him as a character. I love Steven Yeun as an actor. But at the same time, I'm going like, this needed to happen. Glenn had to be killed here, because it was the only sufficient way of hitting every single character. You think about it, for Rick, Glenn was the first guy from that group that he ever met. Other than Morgan, he was the first survivor he came across. You know, in Atlanta, he's in the tank, and all of a sudden you hear this, "Hey, you dumbass," in the tank. And that is how he introduced to Glenn, and that's the biggest hit. He's from the original group, he's from season 1, and he's just been taken out like that. He's just gone. That impact was ridiculous, and the gore, again, my god. It's ridiculous how... I'm interested now, that's only the premiere, guys. There are 15 episodes to go, like how far is Negan going to go here? But I will say this, the impact that is going to have is going to be huge. You know, you've got Rick who's submitted here. Rick he's helpless. And it showed throughout the episode how Negan has got into Rick's head, how he's broken him. You know, when he tried to make him chop off Carl's arm and then stopped him right at the end, that moment of being stopped is probably more powerful than the moment of actually hitting it. Now, I am from a drama background, so I do kind of take this into consideration. The idea that Negan is so mentally controlling. You know, he's got a physical presence, he's got a bat with a barbed wire around it, for God's sake, he's got Lucille. But it's his mental torture that makes him as powerful as he is. And you've got him just bringing the Rick-tatorship to its knees. And it's just, it was so good to watch, and I'm just really, really happy with how it went. And the impact that Glenn's death, more than Abraham's, I think, is going to have on the group is going to be impactful. Like, the question is, will Maggie resent Daryl? Because of Daryl, Glenn is dead. You know, Negan chose his victim, he chose Abraham. And he seemed satisfied. And then Daryl couldn't stand it, and Maggie may hate Daryl for it. Obviously, Daryl's not with the group right now, he's been taken by Negan to the compound. And that is going to be an interesting storyline, particularly with Daryl and Dwight, which I'm looking forward to seeing. And all this has just happened in the first 20 minutes. You know, we see it through a flashback as well, because we see Rick being forced to fight off all these walkers, and then... Walkers, I sound British when I say that. And then jumping onto this bridge walker, and it was just brilliant. It was a great episode, and just seeing the stages of Negan breaking Rick down to the point where you've got Rick just bursted into tears and the snot bubble at one point as well. You know, I've got to, as a person who acts a lot of his time, like I do a lot of acting, I cannot ever think I would ever be anywhere near good enough to pull off that sort of thing, because you could see what it meant to them. And like, I also watched the Talking Dead episode they did afterwards, and you could see they were choked up by this. You know, not just the fact that the character's dead, but because the actor's leaving. You know, you gotta think, some of them have been together since season 1. You know, 4 of them have been together since season 1. You've got Andrew Lincoln, I don't know the name of the actors, but I know the characters. You got Rick, Carl, Glenn, and Carol were all left from season 1. Technically Morgan as well, but he kind of left and came back, so not really doesn't really count. And then just bang, Glenn is just gone like that, and the impact that is going to have is going to be ridiculous. And I can't wait to see what happens. I'm sad but happy, because I feel like the impact that the character of Glenn's death is going to have on Maggie is going to be insane. You know, you've got, because I kind of I thought the Maggie character got a bit stale. You know, I kind of feel like she got down to a place, you know, she was pregnant, she's kind of in a position of like an authority in Alexandria, yeah, but we didn't really see a lot of Alexandria that much in the last series. We had to spend much time with the Saviors and the build-up to Negan, and that kind of meant Maggie wasn't really a part of it. Like, the only bit that really got her involved was when she had the problems, had to be rushed to the hilltop. That's how we met Negan. But other than that, her character kind of was going downhill, in my opinion. Not the acting at all. I thought, you know, Lauren Garner is a great actress, but the character had gone a bit stale compared to the one we saw in like season 3, 4, and 5. You know, after Beth's death, stuff like that. But now that Glenn, you know, is gone, she's lost everyone. You know, her whole family had already died, and now her husband's dead. You know, she's out for revenge. She's the only one in the group that said afterwards, we have to go get ready to fight them, even though they can't, because right now it's an army they're up against. And if you've read the comics, you know it takes a while. You know, eventually they do have a war, but it takes a long time to build it. But wow, this video is 10 minutes long, and I have had a blast talking about this because I love the episode. I love the series. I cannot wait to see what happens next week with the Kingdom. But I might make this a weekly thing because it's been fun to do, and it's a bit different to my gaming videos, which I still want to do. Like, apologies now about the lack of videos in a month, because I've had so much work to do, and I've had so much meetings to go to, and trying to get into a schedule kind of thing has been difficult, meaning I haven't had time to record, and I didn't want to rush recordings because I felt that would be terrible, so I'm doing this sort of thing to kind of not fill a gap, but have something for you guys. And it's been a very busy schedule, very busy time for me, and it's been fun, but it's been also very tiring. But hopefully you enjoyed this video, guys. Leave your comments down below. Did you predict who was going to die in the Season 7 premiere? Do you think that there's going to be another death in the next episode? Do you think that Negan is going to kill someone on the spot? Because if you read the comics, you know what happens when he turns up to Alexandria sometimes. And you'll see what I mean if it does do in the TV series, because I hope they follow the comics to a certain extent. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment telling me if you want me to do this in the future with all the episodes in this series, because I really would probably enjoy doing it. Subscribe if you are new, and if you're interested in all this, and also some gaming content down in the channel, to have a look around, see if you like FIFA, if you like something like that. And other than that, guys, I will see you all in another video.